Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on the Sort Tables data analysis tool, and what we're doing is replacing an old style, 3 years old Swift UI interface using classes with ones using joins. With one using structs, and in particular, we're working on the database connection section, and we're doing a new feature to report better on tables that aren't joined together, so they form a cross product, which creates a huge file to look at, and it's probably not what they want. All right, what we did yesterday, we left off with 2 failing tests, so unusually for us. And then another thing that I did on the background, I did an update of the system and then updated SwiftLint, among other things. And now we have a bunch of SwiftLint errors. I don't think most of those are not on the file we're working on, so we'll put them off for a few minutes. But I want to finish what we were doing yesterday of the multiple clusters. So the way our report works now, let's see, where's this? Okay. We get a warning. Well, we got 2 things going on. One is we're going to make cross product be kind of the main check. And if you don't participate in a join, well, you're a single table cross product. The other aspect is that we only report 2 joins. We take one cluster of stuff, and then everything else in the tables, but not in a join. And we just report, so we normally report table 1, table 2, and times table 3, table 4. But we want to get more specific and report all the separate clusters. Okay, yeah, upgrades are risky. I'm glad it's just 12 warnings. Let's see. I'm not sure where we quite left off with this, but we got a table join object. That's a good place to look. All right, so we've flipped this on and off because this old message is kind of a simpler message, but the new approach is going to subsume it. Now here's the clusters. All right, yeah. So I think what we've got. Coming back, where is that? Not unjoined tables, but cross products. Right now we return 2 clusters in a pair. And I think what we need to do is return all the individual clusters. Okay, and so that's going to be a set of clusters, which I'm not sure cluster quite knows what to do for that. But let's see what we can do. All right, so in the test, the 2 failing tests, these last 2. Okay, so this one has non-visible tables. Somewhere we must, oh wait. Wow, that test doesn't even test what it's supposed to test. Okay, what does it get for a message? Yeah, that's fine. This one, multiple disconnected joins. This one that test is okay. All right, let's address this test. I think we added it kind of late. What we want to do is make sure that if we join a table that's not visible, it's still okay. So here we're joining table 1 with table 4, which is not visible because it's not in this list. We don't want to get a crash or anything like that. But table 1 and table 4 cluster, so it should be table 1, table 2, table 3. Yeah, I think we just copied this probably. Table 2, table 3, because nothing joins table 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 1 to 3. Okay, now there is a join, but it's not relevant to what's happening. Okay. Now this may be table 1, table 4. I would accept this too. I don't know which I don't know whether just mentioning it in a join is enough to make it part of that, but I suspect it is. Okay. And we didn't Non-visible table. Yeah, okay. That is non-visible. All right. Let's run that again. Okay, from the perspective of our code, though, well, come on. This thing returning this pair of clusters is not enough because we want to put out a list of multiple clusters. Well, we're going to have to make something that has all of them. Okay, this will probably be, okay, it's just warning on not participating in a join. Table 1 does, but table 2 and 3 don't. But I think this would be the more accurate one. All right, and then this one, multiple disconnected joins. I don't know if this, well, I was going to say should really be this, but we already have that case. So multiple disconnected joins. I don't know what this is. It's really it's really checking that unjoined tables show up as cross products. Maybe I could say it that way. Unjoined tables show up as cross product. And we got to work on that expression of that. I'm not sure cross product speaks to people enough. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. So I guess I want to make this thing return set of cluster. All right, and right now it does not. Let's put this in. Well, is that going to be? Yeah, that'll be a step. Okay. Whether there may be something about equality not being defined. Yeah. Has a member T. Oh yeah. Okay, so we get something back. Well, it's really cross products. Okay. It's a set, so we can do a count on that. So cross products dot count is greater than 1. If it's 1, it's okay. If it's 0, it's sort of okay. All right. Now this. I guess I want to take the cross products. Right, I've got too many, so let's take let's make a sorted list. Well, no, let's make a map. So if we take cross products dot map. Okay. For each cross product, I want to convert it to, well, each cross product is a cluster, and we know we can take a cluster.comma separated. So map each one to $0.comma separated. Okay, so I've got a cluster 1, 2, table 1, table 2, a cluster table 3, a cluster table 4. I want to map each one into its string form, so comma separated. All right. And then once I have that, I want to do sorted. Okay. We'll just call it sorted for now. Okay, we'll take the cross products, map into their comma separated strings, and sort them. So now we have all those clusters. That's kind of it's kind of this, but there's not just 0 and 1. All right. So I think the cross product name, well, it's really this is the separator. So I think if you take let crossed equal, take sorted dot separated joined with the separator like that. Okay, I guess that could fit in one line. Okay, so we'll take those cross strings, join them together into this cross that, and then in here we're going to put crossed. Okay, so it's got the opening parens, and then that provides the other ones, and this should go away. And then I think this should go away, but that'll break into a different test. But that's okay. We'll adjust them. I think if we get these two bottom tests working, the adjustment will not be hard. It's always hard when you're adding, when you're refactoring, you're not changing any behavior. That's not terribly hard in a way. When you're adding new behavior, you're adding a behavior that's not there. When you're changing a behavior, things get messy. Okay, unfortunately, that almost sounds like something's not. Okay, so if it got the cross product message, table 1, my table, and table 2, yeah, I believe that's the new message we want. Although I think we have some work to do on it, but that, okay, that one is fine. But I don't think it solved our real problem. All joins. Oh, okay. Some table, any column. We join any column to more column. Huh. We got a message, huh? Okay, that's interesting. Query forms of cross product. Yes, that's the new message we're going to expect. Okay. Table 1, table 3. Oh, interesting. How did table 1 and table 3 get grouped? Huh. Okay, that's totally not what I expect. And what's this one doing? These tables don't participate. Wait a minute. Disconnected joins causes message. That's not the name of this. Unjoined tables cause message. Query form is cross product. Table 3, table 4. Huh. Now nothing joins table 3, table 4. Okay, let me do a little. Let's just clean out some stuff. Sam, well, we'll see. That makes me think something's not right in our clustering code. If cross product count greater than 1. Tables all unjoined gets no message. Okay, so we have some table with any column, another table with more columns. Some table, any column, another table, more columns. Okay, well, let's break here, see what this message is. So, nothing. Oh, that's really weird. Okay, well, that does not bode well for this. Why did we get an empty? Okay, we have some table and another table, and they are in fact joined. That should be no problem. It should say, I see the tables are joined, no message. Why we got an empty one? Now, what I don't see how that happens is you always start with something. All right, let's break there and run this again. Yeah, of the tests, that would be the one I would think would not break. Okay, why are you here? How do you get there? Oh, well, yeah, how do you get there? Without accessing this. Oh, analysis.message is not computed yet. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at all table names. Well, no, let's look at table to join sets. Okay, so the key is another table. It's got one value, another table. Key is some table. It's got one value, some table. All right, so now this should run through the one join. Okay, and let's look at this again. It should be the same. The join didn't introduce any new tables. Okay, another table, some table. Good. All right, now whoops. Current joins. Why did that not run? All right, I'm going to continue and break there again. Okay, let's break here. No, actually I want to break here. All right, this test. All right, so join should be the one join, right? If I step over, okay. Okay, so we're going to take table to join sets of the left table union with the right table. Okay, we'll step over, look at union. Okay, so those two get a cluster, and then the left table should, they both should have the same cluster. First cluster. Oh, okay. Sorry, you actually have to do the work once you get everything there. Yeah, I don't know what the empty one, but this grabs one of those. This takes the other stuff off. That's where it came from. It grabbed the first one, another table, some table, and then it grabbed the next one and just said, well, take all table names minus those two tables, which is empty because they're the only two mentioned. And then that gives us our null, and then we're retaining the list of that and that. Okay. Really, its table to join sets now has all the clusters in it. So we want to say table to join sets dot, whoops. Values, okay. Let's return the set of those values. Okay, now that may complain. I was worried it would complain because, yeah, they don't have. Oh, I was thinking they were going to complain because the set doesn't have an equality test, but dictionary string dot values, is that not set of string? Let's see his type. Oops, there. Dictionary string dot values. Can I do this? Values dot element, which should be clusters. Hate to do this kind of double conversion, but I think we may have to. No. Cannot convert values.element array of set of string to accepted type. Oh, yeah. This is set. That. Okay. It's simpler in a way, and I think better, because returning the two sets when there were really multiple ones, that was kind of conceptually problematic. I mean, it hid what was the full complexity of what was going on. I think this explains it more. Oh. Okay. So the unjoined tables causes message. What? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Query forms a cross product. More and yet another versus Another table, more yet another. Okay, this is an unrelated join. Yeah, and that puts it in there. Okay. I guess in a way, it's catching something I wouldn't have noticed. But yeah, they're unjoined tables. There is another join. That join creates a cluster, but okay, I think I'll take the message there. Good. All right. So what we've done is we made joining tables detect all clusters separately that would cause a cross product. Okay. Okay, now there's a couple things with this. One is I want this warning message is just hard coded in our file, and that's not really what we want to do. We want to use the locale stuff so it's cleaned up. All right, so let me get that. Okay, so that we've done. 13, is that right? Yep. And what do we call this? Better messages for missing joins. Okay, so we've done that. I also, well, we want make cross product message be in locale and improved. Okay. And then the second thing is, I think that clustering algorithm can be pulled out and made more clear. See if I can, and I don't know that yet, but I think what I think is that this step, I feel like you should be getting two values and then doing this unioning, and then maybe generating these values as its own step as well. It's actually this finds all the values, the individual clusters, and then this creates the joins the clusters, and this brings them back. Takes the clusters, pulls them out of the dictionary into a separate set of things. So I think the algorithm could be pulled out and almost generically useful. It doesn't have to know about joins. It just knows that each thing that has two entries, each pair of stuff, is going to generate the things to the mergers that should happen. So we have this clustering where we say two individuals merge, and anything that's in their groups merges with them into one big group. I don't know. I guess, well, like if two clubs join, it wouldn't be because an individual joined. Maybe it's like families. You get married, and your extended family at first is your parents and siblings and so on, and then you get married, and now your extended family has both extended families together. Something like that is kind of what we're talking about. All right, so I want those two things to happen, but I'm also I also want to take an aside and fix these warnings if they can be fixed quickly. And then put the database selection message in the view. Yeah, then I want to make sure that message that we've spent so much time putting in, it used to come from view model, database view model. I want to make sure we can see it, we can show it somewhere. And if that can be done, then we can go back to the next stage of eliminating database view model, because we've taken out a big chunk of what it did with the join stuff. All right, SwiftLint warnings. Okay, any object protocol, we cannot do anything about that. I assume that's, I don't know where that is. Okay, prefer implicit returns. Well, sure. Attributes violation. Attributes, arguments, or inside, always on line above, must be on new line instead of the same line. Is that this? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the symmetry, but yeah, okay. Accessibility limit, image. I'm going to have to look up that rule. This is the UI test, is probably not relevant. Prohibited. So they're getting more strict that say, instead of just letting the end of the file control this, they want you to be specific that it's changed. That's the one we don't control. I don't know if that is the any object protocol rule is deprecated. So that's something about our configuration. Where's our YAML? Didn't we have a... Maybe it's not in there. Oh. And that comment was any object underscore protocol. Okay, they don't want that rule anymore. Remove it. Okay, let's clear these and do a build. Okay. You just told me to take them out. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, we'll find the rule that's fighting it. I mean, I kind of prefer them balanced. Accessibility labels. I may have to take that rule out. Oh, maybe that's a new rule. And I don't think I do that a lot. I mean, practically never. Okay, accessibility labels. Image should providing context should have an accessibility label or should be hidden from accessibility. And I think in these cases, well, I don't know what the save config is. Oh, okay, check mark. Excuse me. All right, so I need to learn this. Accessibility labels on buttons. Excuse me, on image. Well, that might be more helpful. Accessibility element, children combine. Label, share the post. Accessibility label, okay. I'm not quite sure how that fits with doing these. Right. I can't just make one label, otherwise you won't know if it's set or not set. All right. I think I'm going to have to do it this way. If allow overwrite. System name checkmark.square. Oh, I screwed something up. And that label, does that get looked up? Localize string key. Okay, yeah, so we can put that in our well, this is I'm going to say icon overwrite. Icon dash do not overwrite. Or maybe it's will overwrite, will not. Okay, and then that has to go in here. Okay. All right, so that one should be okay. If it includes it, do I? I think I can still do that. No. It says excluded. Why is that still a problem? Thought I got rid of it. We'll double check. Combine used for something creating multiple elements. Yeah, I think that's the case. I don't think I can do this without splitting them up. Unfortunately, having to put the font weight is kind of annoying. Okay, make cross product message being locale. All right, we were just there. Table analysis. All right. Okay, well, let's take this out since we don't do it that way anymore. And that means this goes away. Okay, and then this message, I always have to look. I think I can just put %1 or something like that, right? Oh, %s maybe? %add? Well, actually, let me find where I use this. Okay, that's more than I remember. That seems awfully painful. But okay. Now we'll fix the tests in a moment. Make sure this. Oh man. Cannot infer textual base member main. Cannot find in its localized string. Well, let's fix that first. Oh, just foundation. Okay. I'm sure main's in there too. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. Because the input data was in an invalid format. Huh. Oh, semicolon. Man, do I forget those all the time. Okay. All right. Now our tests, I want to make them a little, I don't know, in a way weaker, but robust to changes in the message. Put it that way. All right. I think that's the only place that we use that. All right. So message is empty is fine. I want to say assert true message dot contains what's where. Let's see. Let's. I think this will be okay. And let's just put this piece in. Make sure this test still passes. And you know what? I can I put another argument on this? Not there. Message. Yeah, message. Okay, I'm going to break it for a moment. Make sure this comes out the way I want. I think I can say message was. Okay. And let's extract a method for this. Oh, analysis has got to come in. All right. And I don't know, I tend to put these on the top. This sort of lemon proof, I guess, in a way, but okay. Yeah. This will say check message contains analysis dot message. I'll still put this on 2 lines, I guess. And the string is this. And this should still break because I've got junk in there still. Well, okay, well, we'll do the rest. Well, I think I can make that better. Message this did not contain that. But also, assert true can take file and line. Okay, so let's do that. Is that how we did it? File path. Uint. Okay. I don't know if static string is a string. All right, I think we're getting there. Oh no. Cannot convert value type static string to expected character type string.element. What does that mean? File. Oh, I've changed it. The wrong one. Which tells me, I don't know. Sometimes this makes helpers seem like more work than they're worth. But I think when the result is really useful, so I'll take it. All right, now power static string. And what this does is it makes the original report put the message down here where it goes. Right. So in our code, we get the message. Warning, blah, 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 did not contain another table more XX. Okay. Now I'm ready. And in some sense, I'm not saving a ton of space, but I am making this robust when the message changes, that we're only searching for the part that really counted in here. And just getting rid of a tiny bit of duplication. We don't have to have the whole message every time. We don't have to have all the containing and all that stuff. Swift has a lot of data types. Well, yeah, it's got a fair bit. I mean, you have numeric one, lots of numeric ones, right? I think you got uint 8 through uint 64, and then int 8 through int 64, and then you can just say int and uint. And that's every class is a type in a way, right? So all your support libraries and all that, if you want to count them. But it doesn't feel, in use to me, it doesn't feel too awkward. Sometimes I get buried. I mean, I think the string stuff gets awfully complicated because you got to deal with multi-line emoji or multi-character emojis and stuff like that make it all kind of confusing. But yeah, I mean, it's got, I don't know, it's sort of the same as other things. Yeah, I think Smudgetruck's got it right. It's like, if you look at all the defined types in Java, there's quite a few. All right, the thing it has, though, I keep saying yay to this feature. They have these things called indirect enums that let you create recursive enums, so you can build tree types very, very simply compared to Java, say. So I love that aspect. All right. Let's see. So we made the cross-product warning message be in locale. Made tests only check for the variable part. Okay. And then, I don't know, I'd like to make that message a little better. See what we can do. Okay. I don't know, I want to say these groups of tables aren't connected by a join. Huge, I don't know, tables will result a huge, 。 content. I don't know. I don't have a good word for that main screen. um, huge something. Yeah, large data set. Very large. Okay, now the test should still pass. Okay, not everybody got the memo. Oh, we didn't. We didn't do the check. I'm gonna take the easy way out here because it's in a different file. No. All right. I don't know. I will say, how about unjoined tables will table groups. All right, let's go over to do cross-route B and locale. I think we'll just say localize cross-product message. Okay. Clustering. How are we doing today? Okay. Yeah, let's make that, see if we can make that algorithm a little cleaner. All right, so all table names is computed, oh no, table to join sets. Well, that's really all this. Right. So, it's building the sets. I don't want that. I want the names. All table names for each table name. Create the set, right, and then joins. Let's make a variable for this. This is tables to, well, not tables. It's entries. But I also have to get these. Okay, let's let the table names equals this. I'm going to compute this first. Okay, let the join column 1 equals joins dot map $0 dot column 1 dot table. Okay, so when you have that, then you have entries. I wonder if there's a way in sequence to kind of concatenate multiple sequences without really concatenating them. I mean, interfaces in Java are somewhat like protocols too. And C# has something similar. All right, finding, selecting, excluding, transforming. Splitting and joining elements. I think we're getting away from it. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do it as sets. I don't know what's better here. I'm not sure if this is coming out better or not. Okay, so table names is the table names union the join column 1's union column 2's. Now, I don't think you should have to do the set stuff. I want to pass in a sequence and make a set out of it, really. So let's do it that way instead. Trying to make it easy for the caller, who has enough work to do getting this stuff together. Okay, so now I have those. Let the input, and we'll work on these names, but it's the table names dot append contents of the join dot append contents of the join 2. Okay. Okay. I can't do that. All right. The input data. What? Not sure this works or not. No. Okay, that should be the same. Oh, no, I don't need to. I don't need to do the joins for each. It won't hurt, but I shouldn't need to do it. The first one. Okay, so this I believe I've done above, because now all table names goes over all three of these together have been pulled into the table names. Okay, so this joins for each is no longer needed. Yeah, harder to save files, yes. It's harder to get files talking between apps too, especially, but okay. All right, I think this is a step. Now the problem is the caller is going to have to do the first step is get the names of all the stuff you want cross product. Okay, and then joins. Okay, I think that's inside. I think the next thing is joins. Let's see. I want to map to a sequence of pairs. Okay. Mergers. Let mergers equals joins dot map, and then let's do $0 dot column 1 dot table with $0 dot column 2 dot table. Okay, now this should be a pair of strings. Right, a sequence of a pair of strings. Okay, now let's do mergers. for each. And this is left table, right table in. We don't need join anymore. Okay, so I'm pulling out the pairs of sort of each join with the two table names kind of acts like a here's two, an instruction. Here's two things I want to merge together. And then we run through the mergers and do the joining. Okay, I'm going to rename this to left and right. Okay, and then in the end, I don't know if this array is needed. I think we can try pulling it out and see if the types work. And I probably took 2 steps there, but it does seem to compile. Okay, and then I'm going to table to join sets. This is, I'm going to rename this to, this is just going to be input. I'm going to say item to mergers. And then that values. Okay. I think I'm there. I'm going to try and extract this. Please do this, Xcode. All right. I don't know if I can name it this. Good. Okay. Strings, table join analysis dot cluster. No, we don't want that. I think this is set of string. Yeah, this is really returning a set of strings. Is it going to believe me? And the compiler puts in these spaces, and then SwiftLint wants me to take them out. I've noticed I think this problem happens when you do an automatic extract method, then the editor loses its mind about them. All right. Okay. I guess, what is this a method on? I don't want this to be the table names. I want it to be all items. So yeah, my question is like, where does this leave? I mean, where should it best live, I guess? It's dealing with arrays of strings. What I would say cross product, I would say all items dot cross product. I don't know. I mean, I think this is better in the sense of being the sort of mathematical abstraction of how do I cluster these things? Well, I'm given a set of inputs, input for each. I don't really need to do that, do I? I can just do all items for each. Because each one's in its own. Oh no. Murders at table name equals set of table. Yeah, I guess it's okay because if they're duplicates, they're just going to overwrite that table entry with the same thing. Okay, so rather than form the set and then walk through the set, we'll just walk through them and accept that the dictionary might overwrite a little bit. Okay, so I put each one in its own set, and then I run through the mergers and find the union of the two elements, and then make both of them hold it. And then at the end, we take all the values out and make a big set of the whole thing. So it's a set of strings. All right. But I feel like that mathematically makes the algorithm come out a little more, create a set of individuals. Gosh, is it solitaries? There's a word for this. All items crossed with. Yeah, I could see that. Or crossed by. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's try that. Let's take it as an extension. Put it here for the moment. Extension on array of string. And we'll make this function. And we said crossed, I think crossed by. Because the mergers are what's doing the crossing. Okay, so that's the input. Self is all items. Cluster. Okay. And then here, let's say the table names. Crossed by mergers. It's really clustered by. And this is really is more of a clustering algorithm where you're passing in these decisions about which clusters belong together. Item to mergers. It's really like clusters. How does that read? Clusters of string to sets. Cluster equals this solitaries. Go through the mergers, merge the left with the right, keep track of it on both. And then return the set of the clustered values. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay. And I think set of string is okay. All right. Yeah, I think the app is returning the cross products, but they're computed by computing these clusters. I think that's a kind of accurate way to say it. All right, let's get this extension out there somewhere. Table join analysis. Okay, table join analysis. And what are your complaints? I'm back to that one. It just doesn't work. All right. Okay. Let's double check this. And I think this is okay in the sense of like figuring out exactly what the tables is kind of complicated with this process. I don't know if that means we should provide something to help with that, but it is a little tricky. But I think once you've got the pieces make sense, all the table names plus the join table names, and then the mergers, what are you going to join based on? Okay. I think it's an improvement. All right. Well, that's good work. Let's go take a break. And let's see, coming back, I think we're ready to open up DatabaseViewModel again. Oh, no, we're going to make sure that message actually shows up somewhere. So we'll come back and make sure the message shows up. And if that's true, then we'll go back to DatabaseViewModel and see what else we can get rid of. All right. See you in 3 or 4 minutes. Welcome back. All right. Let's see. We want to put the database selection in the view. I've got the database view that doesn't have the message, I don't think. Let's kick off our run. Actually, we probably should have run more recently. We've changed some pretty big things. And then database selection has the message, which is the table join analysis. All right. Let's get database configuration. All right, and make this bigger. Okay. Well, I'm already worried. Oh, no, I don't think so. So the database view now, let's see, I think it has a message, but it's using the one from the DatabaseViewModel. Okay. Up there in the database selection area. Okay, so we want to say, I think we call it database selection. If database selection's message is not empty, then put it out there in red. Okay. And let's run again. Okay, oh, already. Unjoined table groups, class, person, registration. I really would like some better text on that. This is complaining we need joins. Or we could just show one table. Oh. Class, person, registration. Why are you... Oh. No. Am I wrong about the updates? That would really suck. Add join. Class instrument equals, let's just be arbitrary. Class dot instructor registration dot person FK. No. Oh. Oh, man. Well, what's doing this? If there's a message, it won't open the database. No, I think it will. It's more of a warning. Check will be done when pressing the open database when loading configuration. I believe, I mean, I'm being confronted with reality saying maybe it's not that way, but my expectation was when you come in, we already selected a database from the drop down if there's any databases in that folder, and it by default makes them all visible, which should get this warning unjoined table groups, because I've got 3 tables with no join. I don't know, maybe unjoined tables is a better way to say it than table groups, but I think I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking something that's not the real problem. Unjoined tables. Okay, I think that's a better message, but when I hide these 2 with no joins, there should just be one table, and that should be fine. But it's still showing this, and I think what we're doing, I think we've taken the all table names, but we haven't filtered the ones that are not active, and I think that's probably on our cross product that we were just in. Analysis. I don't know if well, let's go back to our tests too. To analysis tests. Okay. We did some tests with toggles, but I don't know if we covered quite this case. Excuse me. All tables in joins gets no message. 2 unjoined tables cause message. Yes. Disconnected join causes message. Yes. Join of non-visible tables doesn't. I should probably say crash, because that's what we really were hitting. Okay. Unjoined tables show up as cross-product message. Okay. Yeah, we did not really cover this case. I definitely didn't cross my mind even. Tables all in joins get no message. Let's do this. Let's take this one for a base. one active table? How about only one active table has no message? Okay, so let's let inactive be this one. We'll say inactive dot toggle table. Okay. Inactive, and then we'll add the table. Inactive. Okay, so we have an active table and an inactive table. That should be fine. It should have no message. And I'll bet you this test fails. So my hope is that's the problem, and it will update correctly once we resolve it. But I haven't totally proven that will not, the update is going to work either. So forewarned. Okay, good. It failed. Yeah. Oh. I guess here I could put the message. I don't think that would be. Whoops. I think we'll get the message table 1, table 2 are crossed. Active and inactive, yeah. Okay. And I think in our analysis, we just took the tables, but I think we need to filter $0 includes table. And I think I can fit that on a line. Okay. So only include the ones that are actively mentioned, map them to their names. The joins are all active, so there's no issue there. All right. So we want to do only include active tables in the join analysis. Okay. And I'll put that on the to-dos. Okay, so comment this. Oh, good. Class times registration, and now the message is gone. Okay, so yeah, that's, well, I'm glad that worked, but the real thing is I'm glad this message worked, because the way we update it, right, is, where's database selection? This relies on the fact that if table selections change or joins change, the message should rerun. And again, the framework makes sure that happens because they're publishable field or published field. So it detects that table selections changed, it recomputes the message, and then that updates the view. Okay, so I don't know why I had so much trouble, 3 years ago trying to make it work like this, but this stuff's work, whatever's happened in the last 3 years is starting to make things click because this is tons easier. All right. So that's really good. That means we've got the join stuff all back in action again. Okay, so is there anything to check? Oh, just the to do. Okay, I don't need that just yet. All right. Oh. Okay, put database selection message in view. Yes. Eliminate database view model entirely. Okay, let's get this thing open and see who uses it. AllTablesView. Oh, I don't see it being actively used in here. We may have needed it at some point, but we don't now. Okay, so that should be fine. We'll run it. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, yeah. AllTablesView somewhere down here. Does not need the database. And run. Since it's only a view change, I think we'll see the table view is still there. Yeah, so no problem. Okay. Well, let's check that in. Should copy this. Okay, next. That one. Okay, we got rid of that one. DatabaseConfiguration.swift. Okay. Yeah, this is the read and write stuff, and there's a little work to do. Yeah, we return the DatabaseViewModel. Now this one only returns the memento. And this does the model configuration. So that's the database config. Let's deal with that one. So save, instead of the database view model, let's just pass in the configuration. Configuration is, I don't know, was it database config model? Memento. Okay. And then this is configuration. Let's find the callers. Well, a build would tell us. Okay, so this should be configuration. And then, well, it's actually, this is the memento we're after. So let's take that. That's the only one. And this is save. Oh, and a bunch of tests. configuration. I think we can get rid of those later. Okay. Back to our search. So I'm not gonna, yeah. DatabaseViewModel subconfig. Yeah, so we got to see who calls open to track down this one. Well, tests and table controller. Well, I don't know. I could pass back the configuration. And that makes me think that this memento maybe belongs here. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. All right, so open. Right now we return a database view model. I would say we could return the configuration and then let the caller do the try. Okay, so let's return database config memento. And that's here. Config. And if it's unsupported, we'll blow up here. I guess that's fine. All right, but now the open. We're getting back the configuration. And before we now this is just config, and this is DatabaseViewModel with config. Do we have to say config colon? What to do try? Okay, because that could fail. All right, so open, I guess. Yeah. All right, and now these. Okay. All right, so let's get a config back. Is that, and then we have to try. Database view model equals database view model with config. Okay, so 2 steps being done here now because we look at that. Now this one, well, I think it's that same code. Okay. Try config. I think that's all. Okay, so we're making open, make a DatabaseConfiguration.open, return a config memento instead of a database view model. All right. On to our searches. Whoops. I guess we'll have to search again. Okay, a bunch of tests. That's not unexpected. Database view. Okay. Okay. We're using this anywhere in this file. Here. Yeah, we're getting everything from the model still. That's a lot to deal with. Let's take a look at. No, I'm going to stick with this. What else? Okay, I think these ones don't use the model. Is that true? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This one. Well, preview database view model. Okay, yeah, that's easy. Database view model. A test. Database view model test. Save configuration. Does anybody reference this now? Save configuration view. Yes, somebody does. Okay, so he's changed the database to the selected memento, and then we do a save with that configuration coming from selection. I don't think we're going to need this in the future. Okay, this is... So we have, I guess we're given a memento. We have the selection and the model. Okay, so given a memento, we force the database to match it, and then we don't do anything with it. But he's binding. No, he's not a binding. Well, I think this can be dropped. Let's see who calls save configuration view and make sure we understand that part. Okay, database view. Okay, so when you do the save configuration, we're passing in the database and updating it. So I think that update when they hit save, right? So you've set up your joins and stuff, and then you have the option to type in a file to save it to, and when you do, it updates the database to that selection. So this does change stuff in the outer scope. So I think we'll save this one. Can I go back? DatabaseViewModel. All right. So I think until we get rid of it in the view, we can't get rid of it in there. All right. And then data table controller. Okay. Open database with a DPViewModel. Interesting. He does nothing with it. Figure. I don't think that's necessarily doing anything. Open database configuration. Right. This configures it. All right, let's get these. Okay, we're passed in something we don't do anything with. I don't think that's going to matter. Okay, so we're just going to open it. And then that. configure feed. Same thing. Somebody should complain. Here it is. With that. All right. This is all kind of view stuff, so I'm just going to run rather than just run unit tests. I don't trust they cover this enough. Of course, I have to hit the right keystroke to do that. Oh, have I? Okay, so let's create a database configuration. We'll turn off these two, save this. Whoop, did I just bump something? I'm getting... I think this may be back to the keyboard stuff that we have a simulator problem with. To 2313.st. Let's overwrite here while saving invalid file name. But that stuff's being cleared. Something's funny. All right. Let's make sure this is okay. That's, yeah, that's okay. Okay. So he's saying the file name count is 0. Okay, we should get... Is that the file name? Okay, it is blank at that point. Interesting. For the select when loading. Yeah, so I think I don't know if you asked this a few minutes ago, but yeah, I think it's when you save, it automatically loads that piece. But I'm not sure that's true, and I'm not sure we want it if it is. So I'm a little lost there too. Let's look at database view. That should have the save section in it. Okay, so save configuration view. Oh, model file name. I don't know that. Is that the right thing to look at? I guess it might be model dot configuration file name. Oh, what's that? Yikes. I don't know if anybody's changing that. Huh. How did that ever work? Configuration file name. Let's get this over here again. So I would have thought that string would be edited in this save configuration view. It binds to the file name. Oh, there's save config. Should return. What was I printing? I don't know if I'm using the wrong thing. Okay, here's this text to file name is binding to that, which is ultimately model.configuration, which I don't think really is quite right, but okay. All right, save config. So right away it blocks out. Doesn't block that. If file name is empty, return. Now, didn't I have? I don't know where my print was. Well, I don't see how that's empty. Okay, so save config should be called when the button's pressed. Button action is save config. Disabled when file name is empty, like now. And then when it's there, it's allowed. Okay, we'll break here. So if I hit save, it should come in here, right? And then file name, test 11. All right, so step over. Save error is false. Try. We know file name. All right, let's go in. Let's go down to that one. In. Okay, here's save. Let's see what he thinks file name is. Huh. What? That's truly odd. So file name here was test 11. Oh, database change configuration. Does he mess up the file name? Not really. So where's that thing? Configuration file name. Well, I don't think this is... Okay, it gets cleared. Where's that happen? On creation of database name. Access of database name. Oh, when the database is set, it resets that. Okay. Which I don't know if that's helpful. All right, let me go back. I feel like he's holding that for not much good reason. Database view. I would think that this would have its own state. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I would think this would be a state on this view, maybe on this view. Sorry. Database selection. Save configuration view, I think could have its own file name model. Let's put one in and see what we can do. Okay, so I'm thinking this can be state. Okay, I guess this will be, let's see what we got checked out. Open database. I guess that's part of what we're doing here. Okay, let's do the experiment. Okay, so we're going to make this, well, I'm going to make a new one. State var file name to of string is empty. Okay, and then file name. Well, if file name 2 is empty, pass on file name 2. All right, DatabaseConfiguration.save. No file name tries to read it. Well, that can't be right. Oh, .save, sorry. Okay, given a file name, it throws an error if it's bad. Otherwise, it does a write JSON of the file name. I think that should work. Oh, I thought the other should work too, though. So. He's not changing the file name in the process of writing it. Oops. Well, let's make this useful. Test 2313. Let's save that. Okay. That should be our value. Oh. Why? Did I pass $1 to the file name 2? I need to have file name 2 somewhere else in here. There's a text field. There it is. Testing 2313. We'll save. Okay, now this should be non-empty. Good. All right, let's continue. Okay, I think that may have saved. If I open the database, I should get these, the name column. And now let's try and open config. Testing 2313.st. Sorry, this is small. Open. It's that. Ow. Let's just open person. Okay, that's the person table. Now let's go back to this one so we can tell if it really opened. Testing 2313.st. And we're back. Okay. All right. So I think that can be done. Let's unwind this. Now save configuration view doesn't need it. Well, build should tell us. Save configuration does not get the model. And then save configuration view. Let's call this file name. Oh, I still miss some. View. database. Oh, I guess whatever I did. File name. We don't need file name. We do need database. Oh, we don't need file name. No, it's just called model. Okay, so what we're doing now is no longer use configuration file name in model to hold saved to file. All right. Stop here. Okay, so little pieces of things, but we're getting them. I don't believe this is ever referenced now. I'll just take this off in a moment here offline, but this one is not referenced anymore as far as I can tell. And so we kill off a field inside DatabaseViewModel and simplify the caller here. Eventually, this thing will not need will not need the model. I don't even know what it's doing with it now. But that'll be a step towards removing the DatabaseViewModel from the saving and loading. All right. Well, thanks for joining. It's same time tomorrow, 2 to 4:30 Eastern Time or 7 to 9:30 UTC. And hope you have a good evening and take care. Good night.